Hello everybody, good morning. So my second Screencastify video ever. This one's going to be on Zoom. How to go about making sure that everything's safe. And also once you've done your Zoom meeting, how to then capture it. So you've now how do I capture it and then share it on my Google Classroom? Had that question come up. So here we go. How to set up your meeting so that it's safe, and then how to then save your recording and then share it out. So if you're in Zoom, you have the choice to schedule a meeting, to join a meeting. If somebody gave you like the meeting code and the password, you want to host a meeting. If you click on host meeting, that's like you want to set up a meeting right now. Like let's say a parent emailed you and they're like, I want to talk to you right now. And you're like, you know what, let's meet on Zoom so I can show you what I'm talking about, where Google Classroom is, where the assignments are. You could host a meeting right then, but most of you are probably scheduling your meeting. So let's go ahead and try scheduling a meeting. Maybe this is something that you're going to schedule. It could be your recurring meeting. I'm going to call this, I'm going to call this test practice meeting. Test. Okay. Let's say I want to make this for every Thursday, let's say at, 2 p.m. Please refer to the schedule that Dr. McCarrick sent out, the option 1 schedule. Remember that if you are scheduling a Zoom meeting, you want to make sure that you're doing it in the appropriate time so that your Zoom meeting doesn't conflict with, maybe their English teacher or their math teacher session. So you want to make sure that we're all not stepping on each other's toes, that students, if they chose to attend all of their classes, which they should, that they're able to, because we're not planning these at the same time. So let's say it's an hour, let's say it's a recurring meeting. I want this to happen not daily, maybe I want it to be weekly. I want this meeting to happen every Thursday or every Tuesday and Thursday. Again, it's up to you. And let's say that these meetings will happen up until, May 28th sounds good to me, but I think technically school is out over until like June 2nd, June 3rd. Let's make it June 4th. I don't know. You definitely want to require passwords, so leave this here. Miss Saldania, thank you. She showed me that you can actually change your password and make your password whatever you want. So I don't know. She's using her password is going to be the date of the meeting. But again, if it's a recurring meeting, you might just say, Miss V 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. That could be your password, whatever. You want to make sure that your video is on, participants' video is on. You want to leave both. That's the default option. You want to allow them to either join you on their computer or join you on their telephone. You can choose to enable the wait room. Now, don't be scared about the wait room. The wait room just means, let's say, for example, that your meeting, I think we put it for 2 o'clock, but let's say students are already, it's like 1:57 and they already want to click to be on your meeting. That's fine. They can click on it and they're entered into a wait room, but it's not like they're not interacting with each other. It just means that they're in line, they're in queue. And when you open the meeting, they will flood immediately in. The one that you definitely do not want to allow is enable join before host. We do not want to click on this. No, because that's the one where they can jump in before you and have their own little class. It would be like you opening the door to your classroom and allowing students to be in there hanging out before you're there. So you definitely don't want to click on this. I would suggest that you do mute the participants upon entry. That way, as they come in, again, just like a physical space, you don't want the students coming in and blah, 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 and everyone's talking at the same time. So come in quietly, take your seats, and when I'm ready for you to share, the host, the teacher, you can unmute them. So mute them upon entry, enable the waiting room, and then you hit save. And so now you have your meeting created. Once you have your meeting created, how do you go about then sharing this meeting with your students? Well, you're going to scroll. There's a few different ways that you can do it. You can do it by the calendar, or you can click on copy the invitation, which is over here to the right. Copy the invitation. Then you're going to hit again, copy meeting invitation. That is now, if you notice, it's now copied to your clipboard. And then you could head over to your Google Classroom and then post it there, and it'll be there for them. So that's how you kind of set it up. Once the meeting is started, so let's say I'm starting this meeting, and I don't know if Screencastify and Zoom can happen at the same time. So I'm trying this out as we speak. I don't know if the two can happen, but let's see. We're waiting. So I don't know if one program is going to trump the other program, but we shall see. Yeah, I don't know if it's, let's see. Screencastify. Connecting. You are using computer audio. So anyways, it looks like I can't do both at the same time. What I do want to show you though is, now this was, if I wasn't on Screencastify on the Zoom, the students would be able to see my video. They'd also be able to hear me. But what I want to show you is this, that towards the bottom here, and I'm going to hide this, towards the bottom here, you have options. As the host, where it says share screen, if you click on this upwards arrow, you choose whether or not you want the students to share their screen. So for example, perhaps your initial idea might be to not allow them to share their screens, because what if they click on something they're not supposed to be looking at and they share their screen? To avoid that, you would click on advanced sharing options, and you would have only the host is able to share their screen. And it looks like that's the default option. So technically you wouldn't have to change anything. If you want to be the only one that shares their screen, which I think you should be, you don't have to do anything. But let's say for classrooms that you trust the kids more, maybe you want them to share their screen because I don't know, you're helping them write an essay, or you're helping them with some math problems, and you want to see how they're going about with their work, then you would say all participants can share. Who can start sharing when someone else is talking? Again, you would let all the participants share. So look at these, think about how much you trust your class, whether or not you've established some rules. I think you definitely don't want to have all the students sharing at the same time. I think you could actually limit that only one person can share at the same time. So anyways, you can fix that. And you would hit record. So let's say I'm recording this. Hello, hello. Let me see what happens if I start. Yeah, I can't do the video because the video is already being used by Screencastify. But I want to record this video. Okay, okay, okay. So my meeting's over. I'm going to hit stop recording. So how do I then get that recording and share it to my Google Classroom? Let's see what happens. So exit minimize video. How do I get this? I'm going to go end meeting for all. So here we go. This is what I wanted to show you. So now my meeting is being converted. It was super short, so that's why that took 0 time. Okay, my IT techs might help me out here. They might do something different. I just went ahead and put okay. And it's going to hit okay. You select the folder where you would like. So my here, I'm just gonna hit okay. And I'm just gonna click out of this. And so now let's say yes. So I clicked out of it. So now the Zoom meeting that I just recorded, and I'm just gonna get out of this, is here. So I'm going to immediately rename it. So I'm gonna right click. Now I'm gonna hit rename, and I'm gonna call this test, I don't know, test Zoom meeting. And I don't know, maybe I'll put today's date. Today is the 14th, I believe. Okay, enter. So there it is. It's in my Windows C, and that's what it's called. I called it test Zoom meeting. So I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to X out of all this. So now how do I go back and pull that Zoom meeting that I just created? Well, I'm going to go back to my, let's see here. Go back to my files. How do I do that? Let's see. I'm figuring this out as I'm with you. So I don't know what this is, but I just click out of it every time it comes up. So I'm going to go back to my Windows C. Where is that? Windows C. And I don't know. Let's see here. Zoom. Yes. So I have all of my I have all of the Zoom meetings that I've created are here. So the test that we just did is here. And I could even play it back. Say, I'm recording this. Hello, hello. So you get the idea. And so now how do I go about getting that and putting it on my Google Classroom? Okay. So I'm going to go, let's see here. I'm going to open up a Google Classroom. And you probably have other faster ways to get to your Google Classroom. Just kind of doing it in case for anybody, I don't know, doesn't know how to get there. I'm going to get to my Google Classroom. Oh, Lord. Let me go my other route. Sorry about that. I actually already have it here for Google Classroom. And let's say I want to add it to, I'm just going to choose one of my classrooms that I have already open. And I don't know, let's try here. I'm going to put it in my data teams. Sorry guys, data teams, I'm going to delete this later. So I'm going to say, hey, check out my Zoom video. Okay, so I'm going to add, let's see, hopefully I'm doing this right. Go to File, and I'm just going to look up what I just created. Let's see here. Select from your device. Hopefully that works. Yep. Again, I'm just going to get out of there, and I'm going to go to my Windows C, Zoom, test. And and it's going to upload. And now it's on my Google Classroom. So there you have it, friends. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, the settings on how to keep your Zoom meeting safe, and then record your meeting, which I suggest you do for your own safety, and then also so that students can then refer to it later for any students who weren't able to join you live, and how to add it to your Google Classroom. So thanks for joining me, and see you soon. So how do I go about stopping this recording? I don't know now. I don't know how to stop my recording. Okay, give me a minute. Leave. Oh, Lord. How do I stop my Screencastify recording? I'm still okay, here we go. Stop.